Crypto market is gathering more momentum. It is great to see Bitcoin coming close to 40,000, kind of hitting the range which we've been discussing for a couple of months. So it's actually great that we reached there. That's primary thing. But as soon as you see a breakout there, you will watch the price running higher. That is the reality. But the primary question a lot of people ask me is XRP is still at 0.62. We did not bounce higher. First thing for all of us is to watch this entering the overbought territory at least on a daily chart. If you do see that happening, that's when you can anticipate some momentum coming in. The daily is still there, the weekly is here. But what's the positive news for XRP holders for this to happen? What are we really looking at? Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. We've been talking about this pattern for some time and it did play out almost exactly as we talked. 39,700 was the range we were looking at, and right now you go into the price action, you zoom in, you want to see where the hell did Bitcoin slow down earlier today. And you zoom in and you see, okay, that's 39,760. That's almost as accurate as you can get. But right now you have a couple of things to see. The macro is at what? That is something you need to ask yourself, because if you neglect this as a fact, then you will have some trouble, because the market is something which we don't want to play with. We want to follow the trend. We want to follow the pattern. Whenever historically you have seen this, the price has moved much higher. Right now, a lot of crypto assets are showing you they are either preparing to burst or they are already taking off. Very, very few in this list actually goes out with this, saying, okay, there is a little bit of waiting period for that, but it's not a negative stuff. It's not a red flag. We've been going through a lot of these assets to bring you guys the right perspective in the SI family. So when you're in the market, you may look at this and say like, okay, that's a big pop. Crypto market is popping. Yes, I agree. This market cycle is going to change a lot of lives for sure. If you have the right information, if you have the patience and discipline to go through this, you are going to make it. Now, let's remove all this and just look at what the price action is showing us. When you zoom in, this is what you're actually watching. XRP is showing you that it broke higher, it retested the moving average, and it really want to bounce back up. So if we do get this bounce, which we've been waiting for some time, we saw that the 3-day chart was showing us there is a big possibility of this bounce coming in. Then it showed us a double bottom pattern, both of which is bullish. First thing we want to see is the break of the moving average like this with some volume, with a big candle. That is the primary thing for XRP holders to watch out for. Now, on a daily, you're starting to bring some more bullish momentum. Hikinashi is green. Your RSI is showing you a double bottom structure which is trying to break through. It has not quite broken that range yet. We're here. We need to see that break. That's a positive news, because then your MACD is arguing the position that I'm in the positive territory. I'm still in the positive territory. I want to cross back to the upside. That again is going to bring some more momentum. So for XRP holders, lights are not out on a short-term scenario, because when you're watching the AI popping, the gaming popping, different segments of the market popping, don't jump in and around, because as soon as you see this break out, there will be people coming in, they'll push the price up, it will go and break these levels. Now, when you move on a 3-day chart, that's where you're like, okay, we're just starting to turn green. That's a positive thing. On a weekly, you're like, we still have some room. So this week is going to be a critical week for XRP. You need to make some room here. You need to play around and slowly start bouncing. That's when you will get momentum. So right now we are waiting to get the momentum. Right now the market is suggesting we are trying to pull something off. So the first level, 0.72, we are watching that. But when you are in the crypto market, you're not only looking for just one asset. You're actually focusing on a lot of different things to see where the hell is the money going in. So if you want to look for the correlation of payment assets, with respect to XRP, we usually do is like we take XLM, we take H bar, or any other payment assets for that matter. And we're watching like all of them actually starting to show you the bullish narrative where they show that they want to go up, which is positive. But that's on a daily. So what we want to watch is that something like this on the weekly at least, where your RSI is saying, I'm going through the roof, I'm going up, and I'm in the overbought territory. That would give you a lot of room to the upside. Now, at the same time, you want to see the daily is showing you the same. I'm re-entering back into the overbought territory. I'm going into that range, which kind of gives you a bit more clarity, saying, okay, I'm going higher. Because when you look at ETH, we talked about this yesterday, saying, watch for this. There is a huge possibility that we may break back to the upside. We did. So in 24 hours, we broke that to the upside. So that's one of the reasons why the SI family is well educated about all these opportunities in this market. Now, if you want to take benefit of that and join 760 plus members, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below in YouTube and in bio on the Twitter page. Now, when you jump into the market, the first question is, okay, Ether is trying to move higher. RSI on the Ether is just trying to show you that I'm about to enter into the overbought region. That's not a small deal. When you look at the daily chart, it shows you I went up there, I got rejected. Now I'm trying to go back up there. Now that push on the daily is about to push the weekly into that region. Historically speaking, whenever you have seen such kind of entry of the weekly RSI into the overbought territory, what followed in price action is not something small. If you've been in the market and you are watching all of this, you would put, now you can take the average, we are not those like, pinpointing the structures, but you kind of get the idea. Each time you do this, you're kind of moving higher, you're popping through the roof. So first a 200% run up, then a 30x. That was the first one day. That's not a small deal. Now, the next leg up is like 40, 50x. You're going through the roof. So the price action gives you the detail. It shows you whenever I'm entering into this region, I'm doing great. But do you notice something here? Each time when you're entering for the first time into that territory with a clear break, that's where you get a massive pop. We haven't even started that. But the price action shows you I'm about to start that. So if you want to get a better idea, look at the monthly chart. The monthly shows I have a long way to the upside to reach the overbought region. So if you feel like, no, that asset is topping off, watch this. Watch this. If the price is moving up and the RSI is moving down on an asset like this, on a monthly, that's a clear signal for you to say, okay, I smell something bad. Let me move out of the market. This is something we should be prioritizing this time around. Now, that means when we actually go through and learn from the market, it shows you most of the assets which we are talking about is nowhere near this. Say you take in the AI segment of the market and you're like, okay, they have actually done pretty well. But they are still here. They haven't reached the overbought territory. But yes, sure, they're trying to get into that territory. Last time when they entered the AI, pop. So it was like, a 25x run up in the AI during just that time. That phase was a huge movement. That means maybe you're about to watch 5, 10, 15x run up in these AI based tokens. But the market gives you a clear idea. Remember, we talked heavily about this so that you guys understand what's coming. That's exactly what you're watching right now in front of you. We highlighted the fact that, guys, watch. This is something you, me, and everyone who's in the market should take seriously. When your weekly is entering onto this range, that's not a small thing. Historically speaking, you are starting something big. Historically speaking, you are looking for something huge in the market in next 2, 3, 4 months. That's short term. Yes, we waited so long. The amount of patience we needed to reach this point is asymmetrical. It really was hard. So if you did manage to reach this point, no one is going to take this away from you. You earned the right to ride this to the upside. We are actually looking at this, putting the argument, think about this. This was a range which we found really hard to break. Now we are above that. We broke that to the upside. We are staying above there. At the same time, it's showing you this. Now, this is excluding Ether on the altcoin segment. So for this to actually do this, you're going to watch XRP, you're going to watch XLM, you're going to watch Cardano, those big cap altcoins bursting. AVAX, there'll be a lot of different assets on that segment when you go onto the total market cap. Watching them, you'll say, okay, Cardano, Doge, Tron, there are a lot of different coins. Some of these should be pushing that to the upside. Which ones? We are going through that. I'm going to deliver the digest soon. I'm working on that. I haven't finished it yet. I'm 2 days late. Sorry for those who are waiting for that. But we're trying to break things down into that range so I can go through a lot of assets and give you the maximum detail and information. Because this time, we may not have much time. Maybe by the time the next digest comes in, we are 5x, 10x up in a lot of different assets. And I really don't want you guys to miss out on the right information. That's why the SI family is growing this quickly. Remember, this opportunity will not come back in next 4 or 5 years. If you think this is going to start now, in a year, that's done. Next is going to be the downside, which means 2 to 3 years you're going down. Then a couple of years you're staying there. That's not an easy phase to go through. You kind of reach the peak by, say, for example, last time 2021, and we're here starting the next run up. That was not easy, waiting through this phase of consolidation to the downside. But for me, I personally think that all of this which we are watching now is just the part of the story. The big correction is just coming. Once we top out in this, maybe $8 trillion, $10 trillion for the altcoin segment, and then when we actually come back down, it's going to be painful. It's really going to be painful. You will watch the market dropping hard. A lot of people getting smashed. So in my humble opinion, taking profits and moving out this time around is going to be one of the most critical things. A lot of people will get stuck in there. People will ask, what the hell are you talking about? $8 trillion in altcoin means $16 to $20 trillion crypto market. Where the hell do you think the money will come? You don't need 20 trillion to reach 20 trillion market cap. That's market cap, not the actual amount of money you need. Yes, you do need around $7 to $8 trillion to push the market to that level. $7 to $8 trillion, as we discussed 3 years back, is not the same amount now. Almost all the central banks printed like 50% of the existing currency in last 2-3 years. Think about that. Some of them have been independent for hundreds of years, and the total existing currency, 50% of that has been printed in last 3 years. Think about that for a moment. So the value, we're talking here, 20 trillion. If it's based on last 3 years value, that's like $6 trillion. That's it. Maybe we are going to go much, much higher than that. But I can assure you one thing. This opportunity is not going to come back for an extended period of time. If you miss the first half of this run, you will still be able to get something decent from the market. But not like this. There's a huge difference between a 25x and a 2x. So make sure you take the right decision in the market and you're well informed. Because on the other end, to misinform you, you even have guys like this who run the country. I'm like, that's so bad. But this, on the other aisle, you're watching fundamentals are going through the roof and some kind of hype is trying to enter the market. So you're literally getting some attention, things are going on. But that's where this kind of thing comes in. 10,000 XRP. Is it like, you want to buy 10,000 XRP? But no, we know that. $10,000 per XRP. You can hide this thing as much as possible by negating the actual reality. A lot of people will jump on. You will still make a lot of followers. You'll still make a lot of money in the YouTube or any social media platform which you are on. But you won't build a legacy. In 2 years' time, 3 years' time, when people look back at this, they will say, that guy was full of shit. Do you want that? That's what I ask all these other guys. There are people who put in the real time, effort, energy to give you the maximum information which they can do. But some of them are like, nah, let me use this opportunity. The market is going to go up. A lot of people are going to jump in. Let me drain that attention. Because, in social media, it's about attention. You're getting paid for the advertisements. You're getting paid for that. So if you have massive following, you make a lot of money. But the question is, will that followers be there after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years time? That builds legacy. So if you are here for that, smash that like button. If you are here receiving value from the SI family, smash that like button. Now, if you want to join this, I would argue, I'll be opening a couple of slots today. I've been watching a lot of comments and DMs on Twitter asking, some of these tiers have been closed. So I'll consider opening a couple of tiers today. I went through the numbers and I'm like, okay, I can slowly open 2 or 3 slots in different tiers, which I'll be doing today itself. So if you want to take benefit of that, try using that today. So guys, that's it. I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.